Good morning. I think everybody is able to hear. Audible?
Yes, Krishna.
Okay. Thank you very much. Just another 2 minutes. We are just waiting everybody to join. In 2 minutes, we'll start the webinar.
Yeah, we can wait.
I think we can start now.
Yes, it's 11:30.
Yeah. Namaste. Warm good morning to my dear brothers and sisters from the media and public relation industry. It is really a happy moment for Ayurvedic pharmacy to get an opportunity to address you, especially in the current global pandemic situation, where the whole world is looking towards alternate medical
science. Mic on the
Voice. Are you able to hear now?
Yeah, clear, very clear.
Yeah. So, warm welcome to all of you to this webinar. Where in the current situation, especially in the pandemic situation, where the whole world is looking towards alternate medical science system as the only solution for the health concerns. I am taking this opportunity to welcome all the media and public relation professionals to the webinar on immunity in COVID days. I am sure all of you will agree this is the apt subject that is the focus now, and it cannot be addressed by none other than our respected speaker, Padma Sree, Dr. P.R. Krishnakumar. I am taking this opportunity to welcome you, sir, Dr. Padma Sree, Dr. P.R. Krishnakumar, to this webinar. We were very happy when Mr. Kutti, Secretary General of PRCI, suggested about such a program to us, especially to a elite gathering of members of PRCI, YCC and WCC. I am taking this opportunity to welcome Mr. U.S. Kutti, Secretary General of PRCI, and Dr. T. Vinay Kumar, National President of PRCI. Welcome you, sir. I'm also happy to welcome all members of PRCI, YCC and WCC to this webinar. I'm sure you all, being the media and public relation people, this webinar will help you to give you a right information on COVID and immunity and how Ayurveda can help the people to be in their swasthya or well-being and overcome the threats of COVID-19. Once again, welcoming all of you to this webinar. Thank you very much. Now I request Dr. T. Vinay Kumar to introduce the respected speaker to the people. I think your mic is to be unmuted. Your mic is
unmuted. Am I audible?
Yes.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the webinar series of Public Relations Council of India. PRCI is conducting webinars throughout the country through our chapters on various topics. Today, we have a very distinguished speaker to elaborate on the most relevant topic, immunity in COVID days. He is none other than the brand ambassador of Ayurveda, Padma Sree, Dr. P.R. Krishna Kumar. He is the managing director of the Ayurvedic Pharmacy Coimbatore Limited. He has created an awareness about Ayurveda at the WHO and thereby made a great breakthrough for the science to be known world over. He has established an international institute for Ayurveda for research in 1978 and organized the largest global Ayurvedic convention in 2008 at Coimbatore very successfully. He is the recipient of many prestigious awards, including the Padma Sree in the year 2009. He is currently the Chancellor of Avinashi Lingam Institute of Home Science and Higher Education, Coimbatore. Welcome you, sir. It's your day. Thank you, sir.
Do I start, sir?
Yes, sir.
President of PRCI, most respected Dr. Vinay Kumarji, Secretary General Mr. Kuti, Krishnadas, other honorable members of PRCI and other associate bodies, a warm good morning to all of you. I'm grateful to you that you give us an opportunity to address one of the prestigious organizations in India, because you are the people who connect yourself with large number of individuals and institutions. And this is a subject which is very, very essential for you, because you get a lot of exposure and you cannot keep away from others like lockdown, because your job demands that as part of public relations to be in meetings and gatherings, and too much of exposure for you. Well, these are days when all over the world, especially thanks to our Honorable Prime Minister, who is now spreading the message of Ayurveda globally, from every part of the world, we are getting calls and messages asking what is it that we can do for improving our immunity. Now, I jokingly keep saying, when the house is on fire, it's like asking where to dig a well to get water to put out the fire. You already damage your health. And it is even now not late for Ayurveda to certainly take care of you and keep you away from any, incident of getting this COVID-19 for any of your known connections, members, etc. But Ayurveda is basically a way of living. And unfortunate that this country, which has the science for the last 10,000 years, did not somehow promote the science. And had we lived a life of Ayurveda, the issue of at least India being away from COVID could have escaped. Basically, it affects when your system is not okay, you have a very weak body, and therefore anything that gets into you gets aggravated and takes you to very bad situation, even up to death. I always keep saying nowadays, almost every day there are 3 or 4 webinars. Corona has come as Karunya for Ayurveda. The Lord Himself decided that high time this science be made more popular, and even for the general public to look back, sit for some time, ask yourself, what sort of life are you leading? People have been living a life which is in such a hurry, no time for your own self. The greatest contribution the Lord has created is the human being. Today, you buy a laptop or a cell phone, it gives you so many guidances as to what are all the applications available, how to utilize it properly, how to get the best of it, etc. And similarly, human being also to tap its hidden potential. And there are guidance books, which is what we call the epics of India and the Upanishads. But somehow, unfortunately, we are far away from all that. Ask anybody, even a child today comes out of the womb with a cell phone or a remote player of the television. But even an elderly gentleman of 80 years old today, yesterday I was addressing a very, very senior citizen's home. Who are you? Why are you here? What is your purpose in life? Nobody knows about it. And India is the only culture which has taught you to ask yourself, what is your purpose of life? You are not an accidental birth. The Lord did not bring you onto the earth just like this to say, go and play around. You are meant for a purpose. Like all of you are doing something or the other, we have a purpose. Not that we are just going and sitting in office because we have nothing else to do. You've got targets, you've got achievements, you've got scores to do it. Similarly, on this earth plane, we have so many things to do. But we have not been trained that. And today, even at 30, 35, you're already branded as a sick person. And in Ayurveda, bring me the most healthiest person and I will prove to you that he's a sick person. Because Ayurveda treats not only the body, mind, and the soul. Even the greed. You're all working with corporate bodies. So much of competition, so much of takeover, so much of threat, so much of jealousy, anger. All these are manovyadis. All these weakens your whole system. And you never took care as to what are your do's and don'ts. Ayurveda very clearly says the most beautiful science, which is so practical for every individual. It's been designed as an individualistic science. A fair, tall person, what are the do's and don'ts that you should do, including as to when is it that you should wake up, when is it that you should not wake up, and what are the things you should do. And today, in the fast world, in the name of business development, business contact, most of the children also today go to bed at 2 o'clock as though you are helping Modi ji in running the country and wake up very late in the morning. Ayurveda says 1.5 hours before sunrise. And there's so much of overhauling. All of us are very, very concerned about using the best soap for a body wash. What about a soul wash? And unless and until that soul wash is given, your inner strength is not there. So first is the inner immunity, which you already lost, and then eating all the wrong foods on earth, all the foods which are not suited to you. It's not that it's bad. Ayurveda does not say you cannot have non-vegetarian, but very clearly it says have what sort of fish you should eat, what sort of meat you should eat. And if only one can follow that, you would have been the strongest person. But now that you want to know immunity during COVID, there are so many simple prescriptions. Our own Prime Minister came out with an advisory as to what are all the do's and don'ts. Of course, social distancing and mask and all that we have been following. But even he suggested taking Chyawanprash, etc. But more than that, my suggestion, humble suggestion for all of you to change your lifestyle. Earlier, nobody had time for the family. We came back late at night. But today, thanks to the lockdown, all of us are all the time at home. We have enough time for the family, we have enough time for the children, we have enough time for your own self as to contemplate as to what have I really achieved in my life, what sort of lifestyle should I change. So my humble submission is, please try to start waking up early in the morning. There's no rushing to office and therefore I can wake up at 10 o'clock. No. Inside your body, there is a biological clock, and that clock has its own timing. The other day, I met a young girl who drinks only up to 1 o'clock at night, and she has an early dinner at 1:30 a.m., goes to bed and wakes up by 12 o'clock, has an early breakfast by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and lunch by 5 p.m. What disaster do you need more than that? And if only you can correct it. Number two, the prayers is something which is the victim of all of our hurried life. I didn't find time today to pray. It is not just going and demanding or anything, a thanksgiving to the Lord who has been kind enough to even give you birth in the right family. You never chose your parents. All of us have been fortunate to be born to the right parents in the right places. And so much of breathing, oxygen that we take, all that is giving free. Water. And we never took all that into consideration. We almost have raped the nature, and nature could not stand it any further. That ultimately the Lord Himself decided, unless and until I take you for a ride, you will not learn a lesson. And early days, to tell you how India was a wealthy nation, our late president, R. Venkatramanji, was saying when he came here for treatment towards his last days, in every village in Tamil Nadu, the same all over India also, there would be only one physician, a traditional Natu Vaidyan. He was given a support by the government to make sure that nobody in the village fell sick. And he was accountable if at all anybody fell sick. Every village had homams conducted, and I am not talking of it from a religious angle. It was a scientific angle. All the dravyas that you burnt had its own chemical formation, which went into the sky. It burnt away all the unwanted viruses, etc. In Kerala, those who are from Kerala know, earlier days we had something called Pulu and Pata. A couple would enter your campus, even without your permission. They sit outside the steps of your house, sing a song. And what was the song? Mentioning the names of all the 134 viruses of mentioned in the Atharva Veda with their names, and telling them that you shall not enter this house for the next 1 year, and nobody in that house ever fell sick. Early days, when you got a temperature or fever, a Vaidyas never gave medicine for 3 days. They observed to see whether you had morning temperature, afternoon temperature, evening temperature, based on which they come to conclusion as to what is wrong with your body. But today, even before you doubt that there is some warmth in your body, you swallow chemicals. And today everybody knows how badly it affects your liver. So you have a sluggish liver. You eat all the oily foods in all the hotels. Many of the oils which are already cooked and recooked and cooked so many times and kept in the cold storage, that again makes your system weak. And this corona or this virus, this even Oxford University 2 days back has found out, never started from China or anywhere. It is there in the atmosphere. In Ayurveda, we talk about Bhuta Vidya and varieties of Bhuta Vidyas. What are they? These viruses. When they are outside your body, they are also fellow survivor on this earth. They don't do anything to you. But only when you're weak, they get into you. And only after getting into you, they activate themselves and create all this mischief for you. And now that everything has been affected, there are simple kashayams which you can make, 4 or 5 herbal mixes. In our hospital area, for more than 40,000 people we gave in the villages, Nobody got affected. Simple remedies like that being taken. Early morning wake up. Number two, a little bit of meditation. Meditation means tying up with your own maker and spending a few minutes with him, then taking to your prayer, doesn't matter which religion you belong to, finish it. And then yoga. Yoga is yoking between the body and the mind and the soul, between the Jivatma and the Paramatma. And that gives you extraordinary strength when you connect yourself with your original contact, the wholesome part of you from which you are only a chip. So that gives you extra power. And then eating the right food according to your Sharira Prakriti, according to your body constitution. But today, in the hurry burry to go to office, we take some sandwich and bite them on the car, thinking of so many other things. When the mind is not participating, we say Annam Aushadam. The food that you take is your medicine. As you eat, so you think. So all these are affecting our bodies. But now, simple kashayams can be taken before going to bed at night. Fumigate your houses. There are very small, simple churnams which are prepared. Aparajita churnam. It removes and burns away all the virus and bacteria in the atmosphere. You will have a good sleep. You don't get a chance. Many people have the habit of sleeping with their mouth open. So you don't wear a mask at night. It enters your shariram and it can go through your nose. The other day, a lady's ears had a cockroach which the doctor pulled out. So all these things count for your system. And then alpaharam, don't take too much of food. Take sufficient warm water, preferably with jeera that removes the phlegm in your body, with chukka, ginger, dry ginger, put it and take it, maybe with a little lime. Like this, if you can start taking it up, having that, then of course, putting drops of oil in the nose and in your ears and of course in the eyes. That takes care of your ENT system, or at least through the nose, what we call anutailam. Just 2 drops and then inhale it right into your brain it goes, and make sure nothing affects it. Then gargling. Gargling gingerly oil regularly for the one who got a healthy teeth or an unhealthy teeth or gums. Gargle 1 spoon. 1 spoon you gargle and make it like saliva and spit it. Your mouth is taken care of. Then bath with certain herbs in the water, which may not be practical, but at least taking a good warm water can be taken. Then Ritucharya, according to the seasonal changes. Now that the rainy season is there, what are the do's and don'ts that can be advised? Contact a local, if you're in Tamil Nadu, wonderful system of science called Siddha Vaidya, or contact the Ayurveda Vaidya. My constitution being like this, my digestive power being like this, what are the foods I can take? Then also taking the then taking milk, as much as milk if you can take at least at night, that gives you a lot of resistance and helps your body to build up. A little bit of ghee. Ancient days, everybody took it. But today, in the name of putting on weight, we have stopped it. Ghee contributes to Alzheimer's, and that can be taken. And today, most of us in the office rooms are in tight enclosures with the air condition on, a little oxygen-free air. And for this, the best thing is early morning going for half an hour walk, nice brisk walk, without talking with your friends, etc. And after the walk, without getting into the local restaurant and having a nice breakfast, breathe yourself very well and make sure that you have a long inhaling and exhaling. And in the yoga, if not anything else, at least the breathing exercise, if you can do it. And as Ayurvedic people, I don't want to use this platform recommending our medicines. From whichever pharmacy you want, there are certain kashayams like Indugandham, Patyadi, Yagradi, etc., at least for 14 days. If not for 41 days, 14 days, take them and you'll find that you can definitely escape from a COVID-19 and take care of it. I don't want to go on giving a long lecture. Rather, I would welcome, because many of you must be having many thoughts. Yesterday in the Elders Home talk, I found more than 50 questions coming up from the floor. Please feel free to ask me in whatever humble way I can. I will try to answer. And I'm sure Mr. Kuti can give you our email ID. If you have any queries or questions, please let us know. And whatever way we can serve you, because you are one of the major players in society who keeps people connected, who make business ventures grow successfully, you got to be healthy. So with these few words, good luck and thank you for this opportunity. I'm not getting out of this meeting, but waiting to hear from you. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Thank you. Mr. Kuti, any of your members would like to ask something, know something?
Whoever speaking, please make their unmute. Please unmute and speak, because all of you are on mute now. You can unmute and speak. Mr. Kuti, I think you are in mute now. Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, because now you have just launched that immunity kit. What is that in that kit which will be having that kind of a thing? There is a immunity kit which you have already recently launched, no?
Krishnadas, would you like to explain the ingredients?
Yeah. Actually, our immunity kit is called AVCRI immunity kit. Okay, we have actually brought this up because we want to bring a very simple medicines which people can without a consult, because normally many of the medicines we have to take with a consultation of a Vaidya, because considering your consistency, as Krishnamurti told, considering your body consistency, the medicine has to be prescribed. But this kit, what we are just launching now, is AVCRI immunity kit. This contains a very simple items, whatever now Krishnamurti has told. One item in this is a tablet called Febrojit. Febrojit is a tablet we introduced a few months back, and few of our doctors has used this tablet successfully in treating COVID patients and recovered them in a very good way. Actually, tomorrow is our foundation day, and we are going to recognize two of our doctors who has used our Ayurvedic preparation and treated COVID patient and recovered them successfully. One doctor is from Thrissur and another doctor is from Mumbai, Panvel. These two doctors not only treated them, but they are also given a clinical documentation. Successfully, they have submitted the clinical documentation, which will be published. We are trying to publish this in Ayurvedic journals. Okay. So this Febrojit is one of the content. Second is Haridra Kandam. Haridra Kandam is one of the products which is very much effective in bronchitic treatments. So we are having Haridra Kandam. It's a granule form. That granule will be available, which has to be taken 2 times in a day, morning and the night after food. Okay. Then next, what we are having is a Chukku Kapi. You must be knowing in Tamil Nadu government also has suggested Chukku Kapi is one of the very good item that can be used regularly by the people to avoid this flums from to remove the flums from the throat, and also to see that you are not affecting the COVID. So Chukku Kapi is one of the AVP is having a very good Chukku Kapi that has been included in the kit. Then we are having 2 more items in this. One is as Krishnamurti told, Anutailam. Anutailam is the one that we are using, because 2 methods of this virus entering your body is, one is through nose and another one is through mouth. So this Anutailam is the oil which one drop you have to put into your nose and do nasyam for avoiding the virus entry to your through your nose. Okay. Second item that we are having, next item we are having is Ayurveda Stylam. Ayurveda Stylam is the oil that, as Krishnamarji told, which is can be used for gargling. Okay, so what you have to do is this Ayurveda Stylam 1 spoon with a warm water and a little salt. You can put that and do a gargling of your mouth. This with this you can ensure that the virus is not entering your body through your mouth, because as per the scientific information, both this through nose and virus, this stays in the nose and throat, then only it will enter the body. So before this virus is entering the body, if you are regularly doing, every day you are doing this nasyam as well as this gargling, Ayurveda style and gargling, we can definitely remove the virus from this situation itself. It may not enter into your body. And this 5 items kit, we are introducing it, and also we are planning this to be taken to various public people who are working in the frontline level, frontline warriors who is fighting for the COVID, like police, health workers, as well as media people, to all of them. We are actually, Krishnamarji is going to write a letter to all the corporates to come together and sponsor this immunity challenge. Krishnamarji is planning to do how this immunity can be brought in, how this immunity can be developed in various people who are working in the front line.
Krishnadas, there are a few questions on the chat. I'll try to answer some of them.
Please.
What is to be done if someone feels exposed with COVID? If you can let us know where are you from, we can send you, we have people from all over the Vaidyas, either directly our own Vaidya or our contact. We can ask them to talk to you and find out in what condition you are, and we can see that the medicine is delivered to you. And from AVP, we'll be very happy to even send it to you without cost, so that we can help you to come out of that situation. Before it's too late, please inform Mr. Kuti your address and where you are from or your phone number. We'll get in touch with Krishnadas, will get in touch with you and arrange a Vaidya to come and see you. Somebody wants to know, where do we get the kit? I think Krishnadas can help you to find out and reach it to you. We can even courier it to you if you let us know. We have to completely change our lifestyle if you have to live healthy. This is asked to completely change and revolutionize our lifestyle. Not really required. Get into a normal, good lifestyle. If you are living a wrong life, correct, there has to be a total overhauling required. But make your wake up a little early in the morning. Try to do breathing exercise, because that all of us have a bad way of breathing. When we are especially under stress, we have short inhaling and short exhaling. But unless and until you have a long, full inhale, exhale. So at least 20 times early in the morning, if you can do that. Then the fast breathing, if you can practice, that can make sure the lungs capacity. Otherwise, what happens is gradually your lungs start shrinking, and this is where the lung capacity gets lost. So that has to improve. And this medicine which Krishna was suggesting is for making sure that your lung capacity improves. Where do we start? How do we start? By waking up early in the morning, correcting your food style. If you can let us know your details or your name, we can ask one of our Vaidyas, because today we have started AVP Shield Clinic, immunity clinics all over, including in North India and South India. We can ask them to check your body condition and guide you what food would be good for you to take at this time. How we can buy Ayush kit, Krishnadas can give you the detail. Other medicines for bipolar disorder. So I'm survivor of brain tumor surgery. Bipolar, by God's grace, many patients come. It's a very common problem these days. And of course, they need to come and get admitted and get treated. We find very good results coming for that. Brain tumor surgery conditions are also coming to us. When doctors there are patients in brain tumor whom eminent doctors did not even close the skull fully. and said, inform everybody that is the last minute that has come. We have been able to save them from that bad situation. What is the cost of kit? Krishnadas, what is the cost of your kit? Somebody wants to know what the cost of your kit.
Yeah, actually this kit is one kit is for 10 days actually, and the kit cost is coming around rupees 350. Altogether, it is becoming 350 rupees is the kit cost, and this is a few items out of this to Nasyam and other items only elderly adult people should be done. For the children, it should be done only after consulting with the doctor. Okay, only for adults the Nasyam should be done. Okay, other medicines like Haridragandam as well as the Chukikapi can be given in a mild level to the children also, no problem.
And they want to know if your medicine is available in Ernakulam in any shop.
Yeah.
Please message maybe on the chat where it's available or the number they can contact. So in my opinion, our city lifestyle will not permit us to do all that you informed, but very informative and help us in crisis. We certainly make use of your advice in case, if required, we'll take your advice through Mr. Kuti. Thank you, Jairam. Not at all, because we cannot escape from the city. For all the pollution that is there, if your breathing strength can improve, your lung capacity can improve, you can even breathe elephants and let them out happily without you also having it. But we have made ourselves so weak that we don't have the stamina. And breathing exercise, maybe some of the chest expansion exercises, yoga can help you a lot. And this few herbs which I mentioned, what we call as certain kashayam, can certainly make sure in your city life, without moving out to any other place today, whether a city or a village, equally polluted. So don't worry about not being able to follow it. And we hope and pray you don't become sick to contact us, but contact us when you are healthy. It's hard to come out of home due to containment issues. So can we get delivery at home? Yeah, we can make sure it reaches home. We can courier it to you. We can send it to you. Effective and very informative. It's very informative. Then thanks you, sir, for enlightenment. We follow you, sir. I think that's all the questions are. No more questions are there. Anybody wants to ask something before we close, please feel free to ask us. And there are even home remedies from your kitchen. There are things which you can take and make it as part of your food style. Like, for example, turmeric with milk, which is what they call the golden milk these days, being sold at a huge price by Starbucks coffee. You can have it at night. That takes away, it's like streptomycin taking milk at night with little pepper, and you see that your respiratory system is kept intact. So you should continue to live a life of wherever you are today. No sacrifice expected, but a little more concern for this amazing machine called human body. That's it. Thank you for all the questions and for the wonderful patient hearing. If there are questions, we can continue to wait. Otherwise, I take leave of you. Please feel free to ask. Thanks.
Kishomarji, I have a question.
Yes, please.
I am Ram from PRCI Kerala chapter.
Yes, Mr. Ram.
Can I take this Ayush Kavach thing along with my allopathic medicines?
Absolutely, absolutely. Today, almost everybody is on allopathic medicines.
Okay.
Only thing is, just inform the Vaidya whom you contact, because which medicine doesn't go with which medicine. We are thorough with it now, but none of these things. It's only like taking vegetables. We don't worry when we are taking allopathic medicine, even if it is steroids, taking vegetables. All these are herbal products. None of them have got any metals or minerals. So nothing to be bothered about. Please continue, because let not withdrawal of any allopathic medicine affect that problem for which you're taking it. Along with this helping you to improve your immunity is what we are targeting.
Thank you, Kishomarji.
Thank you.
if the I think questions are over, I request Mr. Kuti for the vote of thanks.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because thank you so much, Krishnamarji. After a long time, I'm hearing your voice because I heard a lot of times, but this time it was a real good speech. And as soon as I contacted you, you have already readily accepted our invitation and you have done this webinar. It was so thankful. Also, I should thank Mr. Jairamji, who is our mentor of PRCI, and also Ravindran Keshavan and Dr. Vinay Kumar, our national president, and also our Kerala chapter president, Mr. Sunil Kannath, and the treasurer, that is, were all joined in this today's webinar. It was a wonderful talk. It has really given a lot of thoughts and kind of a thing. So thank you all once again. Thank you, Kishomarji, once again.
Thank you, Mr. Kuti and the team PRCI for giving us an opportunity to enlighten you on the greatness of Ayurveda, a science which unfortunately went unknown for all these years. And thanks to our Prime Minister who has taken it up now with vengeance to promote this science. Namaskaram to all of you. Pray all of you keep healthy with Ayur Arogya Saukyam prayers to Lord Dhanwanthari. I end my speech. Namaskaram.
Thank you, Ji.
Namaskaram, sir. Thank you.
Namaskara, sir. Namaskara.
Sir.
Hey. അമ്മ ഇതല്ലേ ആ ശരി ശരി ശരി